All right, my wife just gave birth yesterday morning, and so this is like 24 hours after it. And I wanted to do this video because I want to kind of share my thoughts about the whole process and just being a part of it and just things that I've learned. Right? Maybe I'm getting older, maybe I'm getting wiser, maybe I'm just learning new things, which probably is not new to you, right? But just so you know, I grew up in a family with just boys, right? So there was five of us, so six boys and then one girl, so my older sister, and so, growing up with boys, pregnancy, giving birth, it's not really something that was natural to me, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, like growing up was either punching on with my brothers or playing footy, playing cricket, playing touch, and then as I was getting older, I was started getting to gym and training and stuff like that and playing footy and, me on my weight loss journey, but a big part of my life is also being a father, right? And so this is baby number 7. So it was never a natural thing with pregnancy and labor and learn. This is all new to me, right? Even the terminologies of like home birth, 3 birth, natural birth, or other things like that, which I'm not trying to get into. I'm just kind of sharing with my thoughts. And yeah, so my wife gave. I've watched my wife give birth to 7 of my children. 7 of our children, right? And so I haven't been there every second, but I've been there through her initially finding out she was pregnant. Number 1 was Seal, and so it's the carrying. It's finding out they're pregnant, and then the carrying and the body changes and then the labor itself, So my oldest Seal was born at Liverpool Hospital, and that was the natural birth. And then Lolo Seloni, April Gepel, and Madaile were born at Campbelltown Hospital, natural birth. And then William and Meilani, so her name's Meilani, the one I was born yesterday, the baby girl, my baby princess was born yesterday, were born here at home, right? And so that was the free birth. So so the hospital, obviously you have the nurse, the nurses there, and you got all the technology, right? So you got the nurses, you got the technology, they're monitoring the heartbeats, you kind of have the support there system there, right? And to free birth, well, then I think home birth is you have at a home, but then you have like a doula and you have a nurse come to the house, right? And so they kind of have that, and I'm not, yeah. And then you have free birth, which is just like for us, it's just me and my wife and the kids. So no nurse, no technology, just pure relying on my wife, like my wife relying on her body doing what it's built and created to do, which is scary, right? And so when we had that with William, when I had that experience with William, when my wife told me this, I was like, what? Just go to the hospital. Like, what's this? And she's like, no, this is for me. I believe in this. And so I had to learn about it, you know what I mean? It's, like I said, it's unnatural to me. So I had to learn about, why do they do home birth? Why do they do free birth and stuff like that? And my wife really believed in it. She's all about, the body. She's all about letting her body do what it's created to do. And I love it. I've come to love it like so much, and so much respect and just respect for mums in itself, right? And so, yeah, maybe I'll do another video on William, but I'll stick to Melanie for now, yeah? And so I'll do another video. If you guys want me to, just comment, do William, say William. I'll share with you guys William's experience, our experience, or Nana's experience with William, and having home birth, a free birth at home, free birth for the first time, right? Which was scary, and it was long. But I'll do that. If you guys want to know more about it, just comment William below, and I'll create another video. But yeah, so with Melanie, she started feeling the contractions. Nana started feeling contractions on Thursday morning, 5 o'clock. And then that whole day, on Thursday, just kind of contractions happening. And then it wasn't until Friday morning. What day is it today? Yeah, Saturday today. So this is Thursday. So Thursday, she's feeling the contractions from 5 a.m. in the morning all day. And then she was born at 2 a.m. on Friday. So yesterday morning, right? And so it's full on. It's full on. And I think, look, the context, it was just me and my wife. We had a swimming pool in our living room with our TV. And I'm actually thinking of creating a vlog, guys. So again, if you guys want to see Nana's, Meilani's vlog, just comment Meilani's vlog below, or vlog, and I'll put that together. And so it was our three daughters, so our oldest three, so Seal, Lolo, and April. And that's why Nana wanted to kind of do the free birth or home birth, because of the girls. Wanted them, because they kept asking my wife, like, can we come to the hospital? Can we be there? And obviously the hospital have rules and stuff like that. And so Nana initially wanted to have William at home so that the girls can experience the pregnancy in the labor part. And so when it came to the actual, so that was what prompted our thinking, right? And the reason why I'm doing this, because I've always told my wife, jump on. She doesn't like this video stuff. So that's why I'm doing it. But anyways, getting sidetracked. So where are we? Yeah, so coming back to the house, it was me, my Nana, my three girls, and then my two nieces, which are the same age as my girls. And so they wanted to be here too. And so we had it, so they were here. And it was really cool because Nana got them to do these affirmations. And they kept saying the affirmations from, like, the labor really kicked in from like 9 p.m. to and baby was born at 2. So 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. It was longer than that, but that was that window period where the contractions were coming on a lot more stronger and more frequent. Look at me, I sound like I'm a nurse or something. And so it was really cool because the girls, so 2 or 3 of them were doing the affirmations. We're also filling up the water. We could have I could have got like a hose and just hosed it, but we didn't. And it was cool because then the girls were like using the kulo, or like the pots, to bring the water, and I was bringing hot water throughout the night. So it was cool. Like, it was getting them involved, getting them to be a part of it, and the lead up to it, and obviously the body dilates, whatever, and the vessel opens up, and that was really cool to experience it with my girls, but also and then also with my nieces, and also especially my wife. I think it's a really cool bonding session. It's a really cool moment for me and my wife. From experiencing it. I have so much love and respect for her. I think it's the first one. Yeah, I've grown to so much love and respect for her, and the strength that she has. You know what I mean? The strength, the motivation, and it's an emotional. As a couple that's doing free birth, it is an emotional roller coaster, because, and I think it's more for. I know it's more for the mother, right? Because obviously they're the ones going through the pain. But for a husband, as a man, as the provider, as a protector, you have to really trust in the process. They talk about trusting in the process, and that's literally trusting the process, because you don't have a nurse there. You can't detect baby's heart rate, right? So, there's no monitor checking baby's heart rate, checking where baby is, or where it is, or what side is it, upside down, or is it sideways, if the head's down, if the arm's coming out, or if the baby is not breathing. Like, there's none of that, guys. There's no monitoring, and it's all just purely me. All I'm doing from a father and a husband, for me, and look, I'll probably ask this to Nana, but like my responsibility is to, number one, make sure that I of that, remind her of what she told me, right? So she's like, nah, like my body, baby will come when it's gonna come, right? And to trust in the body, and the body's been built and created. Oh, bro, that is a testament, bro, right? You can't tell me that there is no God, there is no Almighty, there is no Creator, guys. Like the body, like a woman's body is built and created to create a minion in themselves, a baby, and then for the baby to be delivered naturally through the body, right? It is I was gonna say crazy. It's not crazy. It's an overwhelming, joyful happiness, sad. You can't get yourself depressed. You got to keep that energy up. You got to keep yourself motivated. And so for me, I feel like my prime responsibility is just to keep her motivated. Not motivated, but keep her reminding herself, like, babe, this is you. You built for this, you know? Like, you were created for this. Like, your body, baby's coming. Like, and I was talking to baby, I think it's the second time around. So I'm like, baby, baby's coming. Baby, come out now. Like, come out now. Like, we're waiting. You know, the girls are waiting. We're all waiting for you. Like, we're so happy to meet you. We want to meet you. And like, you know, you got to get uncomfortable, baby, you know, and really having that talk to her. And, you know, I felt like, you know, Nana was up and then when she's up and she needed to be up, and then I was kind of like down and not down, just like down, like more just like tired, or again, who am I to say I'm tired, right? You know, obviously we're just there. We're being attentive. We're being there. You know, if it's the water, if she wants more water, more cold water, more hot water, she wants a drink, you know, if the kids are this, or, you know, she needed me to rub her back or to hold her, you know, like those things, right? That's why, so when I say tired, that's what I'm saying. Like just like being energized 24/7, rather. Even though I'm not going through that physical pain, for me, it was just going through like being attentive to them, you know, reminding them, reminding my wife. And so, like I said, man, I take nothing, I'm amazed at my wife's inner strength, and just that mind to muscle, you know me, if you know me, guys, I'm all about that psychology, you know, if you know me, I'm all about mindset. If you know me, I'm all about just mindset, right? Like I love that. I can talk about it 24/7. Hence why when it came to this, like I really learned it. I'm really embracing it this time around with, you know, documenting and sharing my content and just sharing my videos, because, you know, again, another witness and a reminder. And I said to my wife, like, what are you thinking? She's just like, nah, it's just game on. Like, baby's got to get delivered. And so, yeah, for me, just being attentive, being there, just comforting, reminding her, making sure everything's on point. And then, like, there's points where you're tired, guys. You know, I see my wife get tired, get frustrated. You know, I see my wife go from 0 to 100 to 0 to like screaming, back pain, to now just in the pool sleeping, like falling asleep. And then just like in seconds, just being like, like Super Saiyan, right? And it's crazy because you go through that. I see my wife go through that. And as soon as baby comes out, as soon as baby's born, or as soon as baby comes out of my wife, of Nana, it is the most, I don't know how to explain it. You know, just see my wife, see the baby come out of my wife, and just see how calm Nana was. She was so calm, like, she was so calm. Like, baby came out. So I think baby's head came out, and then the water broke, and then baby came, and then another push, and then the body just comes, right? So obviously, I think it's the head and the shoulder, which is the big part, and that's where they feel a lot of the pain, or the ring fire, or something like that. Maybe you guys can clarify that. And then just that's the big push, right? And I've known just from my past experience with the other girl, the kids, is that's the baby, you can tell when baby's coming because there's the back pain, which is massive back pain. And then obviously the screaming, but it's not like a scream high pitch. It's like a growling, and just my wife, like I'm telling you the whole time, like me, like I go to the gym, guys, I pump weights, I bench, we bench, right? And we lift heavy weights. But Nana was like, she kept pressing on so I had my hands, she wanted my palms like this, right? And then I was going like this. So I had it at the back of her, right? Just behind the just above the butt area, that kind of part area there. And I was pushing, and she was just like pushing towards it. I'm sure she's got some scars, or like she was pushing strongly against the guys, right? Like to a point where like I'm pulling back. And I'm a big guy, right? And I train, so for Nana to be able to do that, and like they get so strong, super, super, super Saiyan. And this is the growling, and the body's just so tense. So this time around, when Nana gave birth, I was holding her, so I was hugging her, she was hugging me, and she wasn't in the water, she was standing just above the water. Because I found that baby was like, when she was laying down in the pool, she had the contractions, but every time she stood up, the contractions kicked on, and it was a lot more quicker. And so I told her, and she was in so much pain, I was like, just get up. And she stood up. As soon as she stood up, the contractions just came. And so we ended up, so we're hugging, and I was holding her back. And then I could tell baby was coming because she just hugged. Like, the hug wasn't just strong, but it was long, And that, to me, that's our baby's coming, right? And the crazy thing is the reaction of the girls, right? So the girls are all around us. And the reaction, they're like, oh, I can see the head, I can see the head. And I think that, to me, as the father, and again, I want to get my wife's experience on this, what she's going through. Obviously, she's in the pain, but for a husband and a father, when I hear that my girls say that, because we experienced the first one, right? Then I'm like, oh, the head's out. The head's coming out, shoulders out. And then a couple of seconds later, it's just like, goes from, and then she's just like, it's not so strong anymore. It's more like, it's still growling and strong, but it kind of like, there's that last part, and then baby just popped out. And then she popped out, but Nana had squatted a bit, and then she fell in the water, and just gracefully, man, like I was like, Nana just went from like, boom, like to like screaming and growling to just being like, being so intense at an intense level, to just coming down and just being that mum, and just picking her up out of the water. And then she picks baby out of the water, and then she's just kind of like stroking her. And Nana was so calm, like she was so calm. And then, because baby had the thing around her neck, the umbilical cord, I think that's what it's called. But Nana didn't take it off straight away. Like, Nana was just rubbing, just checking her eyes, checking her fingers, I think. And then, then slowly, as she's holding her, then Nana takes the umbilical cord around her neck and takes it off. And as she's doing that, and baby just goes, and I think that's the most comforting noise, that you want to hear, because, baby's awake, baby's alive. And then just straight away, like, so that's like a special moment for me to see my wife, and then, the whole journey. But then also, just Nana to go from 0, to go from 100 to just so calm and being a mum. And then straight up, Nana grabs baby, and then just straight away latches. Just, bro, baby, Melanie was eating straight away. William was the same. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, and Melanie just came out and just started breastfeeding straight away. Like, started eating off Nana straight away, guys. Like, this within less than minutes. And so, it's just, man. As a father, like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta trust the process. Like, trusting her body, Nana trusting her body. But look, one of the biggest things that I've taken away from this is obviously mums, like, mothers were so grateful. Like, big part for me was just gratitude towards mothers. My mother, and again, just kind of going back to it, right? Remember I told you, this is not something natural to me. So, I had so much gratitude towards my mum. I had so much gratitude towards all the mothers, but also thought about the important role that mothers play in society today. I think we live in a time where people talk about, don't have kids and it's expensive to have kids. And look, I'm not here to tell you what to say, but I just want to share my personal thought. It's just the importance of families, and the essential role that a husband and a father has in life, but also the mother's role is so significant, and seeing my wife carry it, and they truly are the heart of the family, right? That's the reality. That's why all of us kids cling more to our mum than our father, because we came from the womb, we came from the womb. And so it's just really cool to experience that again. And it's the final time. And me and my wife have decided that this is the last baby. And so that's why I wanted to kind of vlog this and share my thoughts. And my kids and my grandkids will be watching this one day. See how amazing their mum, grandmother, great-grandmother is. But yeah, look, this is just me sharing my thoughts, guys. I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm just saying what I'm saying, right? And so I'm just, like I said, I have this, like, baby, you inspire me. Baby, you motivate me. You have so much to give. You have so much strength. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful to be your eternal companion. I'm so grateful for our relationship, for our bond. And this, going through the home birth a free birth has definitely drawn me and my wife a lot more closer, because we've had to learn to rely on each other a lot more than what we thought. I think it's the easy times is good, but when it's the hard times, the unknown times, where you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're like, is baby gonna come out? Is baby okay? It's like all that, right? You truly have to rely on each other, and then rely on God. I believe in God. I believe God is a loving Father, and that He's created this plan, as we call it the plan of salvation. He's created a beautiful a plan for all of us, which required the creation of earth, and center to that plan of happiness, joy, is families. And so families are the central part of this plan. And, witnessing my wife give birth in the four walls of our own home, to let alone the creation of men and women, is amazing. And I'm a testament to that. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for families. I'm grateful for the potential that Heavenly Father has for all of us. And this is just another reminder, like for me, on the weight loss journey, guys, like, this is what happens when you tap into your mind. Your mind can do things that are beyond your capabilities, To see my wife give birth, natural birth, to all the kids, and it's just goes to show the power that our mind has if we tap into it, and if we become, I call it the real man mindset. I call it the unstoppable man, the unstoppable real man, a version of myself which I'm becoming. I'm becoming that version. If I continuously tell myself the right stories, get myself in the right state of mind, get myself in the right physiology, and embed those stories and those principles in my life, and continually grow, I can tap into it, and I will become it. I will become it. But yeah, that's kind of me linking it back to the journey. But again, I just want to say, moms out there, we need you. Families is central to God's plan. And my wife, I love you, baby. I'm so grateful for you. For my children, don't ever talk bad to your mom. I'm gonna slap you, all right? Don't ever talk bad to your mom. The reality is, they brought you into earth, and you could always have that respect for them. But yeah, guys, let me know, guys, if you have anything else you want me to hear, want me to share about. But I really wanted to share that because it's fresh in my mind, and I just wanted to be real raw with you guys. But yeah, much love. Peace out. Keep it 120.